Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Welcome. I'm back to another stream. How are you doing? I hope you're all having a good evening. And yeah, actually, I'm not having any not any sound here. Okay, I would have to restart the streaming software. Anyways, that will be fine. No music for me then, I guess. Unless... Ooh. Yes, I can do it this way. Okay. Yeah. All right, sorry. I also wanted a bit of music in the background. There was just a request for the first song. Is that still the first song? I think it is. It's still the first one. The song is called Synthetic Storm by The Yard Woman. Let me just write it into the chat. Just that should be available on Spotify as well, although I'm not entirely sure about it. So let me just also quickly open the iPad game already and share the stream on Discord. I forgot about that, right? Yes. I want people to know that I'm live. And there we go. Tagging people as well. And on the official server as well. Good. Now I'm ready. Almost. So the chat to the front. iPad is connected. Okay. Hi Storm. Hi Darkman. What's your favorite tank on the thumbnail today? Hi to Merchen, Zutti, Lively, Fuzzelier, Disturbed Eyebrow, and everyone else who is already watching at this point. By the way, you can see that I put Unreal Experience on the title. I'm not able to show you any more than I've previously shown you already, or that Wargaming has shown you, but it's still going to be interesting to hear some more opinions today. And actually, tomorrow there will be the big stream by Wargaming. So tomorrow then you will get to hear a lot more about the next update. And therefore I'm quite excited to be able to tell you about that then tomorrow. Today I cannot really just I cannot really talk about any more than previously, but maybe I can still take away some fears and just talk you through some explanations for the changes that were announced there. Hi Aline, servus. Hi Ronnie as well. Thanks for the information. You're welcome. You're welcome. Unreal WoTB with Unreal Streamer. Hi Kalestra. Hi KJ as well. Okay, let's make it a bit bigger. Actually, I can maybe start with the game on 268. Kalestra saying, I did see all about sets and they look much nicer like a catalog. Yes. Actually, oh wait, I'm at 5v5. Why? Who even wants to play that? Yeah, we did get a leak of the sets as well already. So actually, I can talk about them as well. Does this mean the people chosen for the Unreal Alcatraz has been announced? Yes, I think so. The CCs all have the test available by now. But the actual test only begins... Oh my gosh, I'm going to take a big one. Oh, nice. I out-traded him. But the actual test only begins in 2 days or so. But yeah, tomorrow there will be the stream from Wargaming, so everyone's going to have the information then. And at that point, we can also, as CCs, I mean, as YouTubers, we can put out the content about the client then. About the... Oh my gosh, he's still there. Ah, they have 2 of the WZs, that's why. I was thinking that he moved already. Can I HE him? No, 55 hit points. Okay. Oh, you don't see the gameplay. Ah, man. I don't have the streaming software open to myself. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was just playing 268. So I guess now that I've played a 268, I don't need to repeat with that. Apologies. German Light is also going to be released tomorrow. Actually, update tomorrow or Wednesday it is. Wednesday. Let me actually just do something real quick, just so we're up to date with some more changes that have been announced there. First of all, the German Light, I will definitely put out a review about that as well, because it's quite interesting. We can already take a quick look here, just for you guys, so you don't have to read through everything. So we got some fancy newcomers as well. Yeah, you could. Good that I look at the streaming software again, because my freaking camera is on top of everything. All right, so let's zoom in all the way. Get some really nice. Is that a camo? We got some new tier 9 collector tank, but look at that. Look at that. That's really cool. Like some gun tank actually. It's the same one over there. And then we are getting the German Light starting from tier 9 and also a tier 10 Rheinmetall Panzerwagen. And that one does have improved engine power boost, reticle calibration, tungsten rounds, reactive armor, sandbag armor, enhanced sandbag armor as well, of course. Adaptive concealment, tracer shells, all the freaking consumables, all the freaking special provisions that you might ask for. No, you probably won't ask for them, but everything's available on the tank. I can already tell you that I would not go for reactive armor on a light tank, but sandbag armor, some more hit points are going to be good, I guess. I have tested it, but I think it got changed a little bit. I'm personally a great fan of enhanced improved engine power and also reticle calibration, but also tungsten rounds, so that is going to be quite a tricky decision. What to go for there? Tungsten rounds increasing the damage, reticle calibration making shots more reliable. It also comes down to increasing the damage. And then you also get engine power boost, keeping you alive, which also results in higher damage and potentially higher win rate. But the thing is, there we've got a light tank that is already super fast, so the bonus to that might not be all that great. Whereas reticle calibration might help more if the gun isn't accurate enough to hit shots reliably. And tungsten rounds, of course, can also definitely be very, very strong. Yeah, I will still have to talk you through the definite stats then in the end. I don't have them here. What the heck is going on? It looks really weird, to be honest. Improved graphics, some PBR models here for T55A, KPZ70, T95, and its turtle legendary camo. Great. Seasons rotation doesn't include Copperfield. Some maps are being taken out. Copperfield has been out for so long already. I think. I'm pretty sure. Fort Despair gets taken out. I don't mind that. I hate that map. Black Goldville gets taken out. Okay, not my favorite map either. Actually, the second time that Black Goldville gets taken out of rotation. Port Bay, I'm not a fan of that either. Of the current rotation of maps, the current maps in the game, I'm really not a fan. I don't like Fort Despair. I don't like Port Bay. And I want some other maps back. Vineyards is also being taken out. I don't mind. It's not that great. But then we get Molendyke back. Wind Malinovka. I'm not that much of a fan of this one, but it's okay. It's playable. Molendyke is better. Kennel is great. It can be very great. You can do the best damages ever on Kennel. Dynasty's Pearl is coming back. And Altenstedt is also coming back. All of those I do like a lot. And I actually have some map guides about Alpenstadt and Kennel so far already. So in case you want to see those, if you are still struggling with those maps, then maybe you can go for them as well. Then we got Camouflage Rotation. Okay, Lich Lord, this weird ass camo on the 268 is going to make it into the shop. Plague Doctor, it's also coming into the shop. Ice Dragon. Right, some harpoon, yeah, right, some satellite for 200 light tank. Okay, those are only on special offers, not on the shop, but I might buy the 200 camo. It looks cool, and I love the tank. Although I have a lot of nice camos for this tank already, but this one looks great. Yes. Improvements, some areas where people got stuck got fixed, various screens got improved, general bugs and crashes have been resolved as well. Okay. Then I also wanted to show you something else, because something else was also quite important here. That was also on. Let me just open Discord real quick. What else did I want to show? There was a lot of text here on the news channel, some Q&A, not official, but it was from Eisen, who posted about changes there. So we get some information about the sets that not every one of you will have seen already. So instead of a tag tree, we are getting sets. We only have one screenshot publicly available so far. We did have some information on the teaser where you could see that some tanks were driving in, and you could see some tags to the sets, so that they are organized in a way from 1 to tier 7, by the way, instead of 4 to 10. They are organized in a way that there are beginner sets, you can see up there. There are advanced sets as well, and there are expert sets. Not all of them will be available at the start for the newbies. All of you guys should probably have all of them available, because you're all experienced players, I reckon. And then there are different other tags to the sets here where you can just search them, and they all have some fancy overlay, some fancy theme, like Landship Fleet. I don't even know which tanks are in there, but let's pick the Tiger out here. Let's maybe make it bigger. So we can see, for example, here, it's a constant development, but Tiger, Onslaught, here we can, up there we can see some E75 is in there, some German heavy tanks, that's the Tiger 2 or Tiger 1, something like Tiger P it's called on tier 7. E75 is there. Here there we've got ALs, I don't know which other tanks are in the line. Here we get some American tanks which are all quite similar. Only low tiers, also only low tiers on this one. There's a 268, the ISU, basically like a tech tree, but maybe some additions in there of other tanks that are similar in playstyle. Also here with the pattern line, we've got the M60 included and the T26E4, and there are also going to be some other lower tiers available. We already know about the sets in that you can grind through the whole set by only having one tank in your garage. You don't need to buy every single tier as you are used to on the current tech tree. You can buy one tank only. I mean, you can grind one tank, and by that you can grind through the whole line for getting all tiers and just playing your favorite tank at the time. Or the favorite tank out of this whole line. That is possible then. And you can, of course, also buy the premium tanks, the collector tanks that are within the set. Then that's also nice. For being able to unlock these sets, you will need some keys. And these keys you do get automatically by playing. So don't be worried about having to buy keys for money. You will get them just by playing. You will. There was some screenshot of that somewhere, I reckon. There was some kind of screenshot about progress bar. Well, you have basically a player level. Let's see if I can quickly find it. Nah. Any more information here? Well, not on this channel, apparently. Well, just to explain it to you, you have some player level on your profile where you do have some progress available. You level up by playing, by gathering XP, and you will get some keys, you will get some other stuff. You will also get commanders just simply by playing the game. And like that, you do get access to even more tech tree lines. Of course, most of you will have a lot of stuff unlocked, and you could see from some testers, like also myself, I'm already at level 193. So out of, I think there were 500, also there were a lot of those. I think someone already exposed that, and I think I could. I'm not going to show you anything that has not been seen, but therefore I'm going for a video that someone else has posted, because it's really quite tricky at this point. Still tomorrow there will be a lot more information about the game, but you can already get to know some stuff like that. Let me go for old school. He was posting something there yesterday. Oh, on the commander video, he was showing the sets, not the sets. The levels, the player level. Yeah, here we can see it. Over there. There we can see it. Old School is also an experienced player. He does currently have level 193, same as me. And you can see on the progress bar, you can get some keys, you can get the commanders, you can grind everything for free, you get some extra stuff there. Some gold as well. And like that, you get access to the commanders and also to the sets. Good. Let me take a quick look at the chat there at this point, if there are any questions. And if you have some specific questions, please just tag me, just write N90, not a 0, an O, and I will have the highlight messages, the message highlighted then in the chat, so I can immediately respond, otherwise I might get lost there. Rheinmetall Panzerwagen IHM stream tomorrow. No, not on Wednesday. There will be the... No, actually tomorrow there will be the update. Oh my gosh, this week is going to a mess with content, honestly. Because there will be the big Wargaming stream tomorrow where they are going to talk about all the details. And I will want to create some content about that. I might already put out a video about the sets right after. I mean, I could almost put it out already. I will put out a video about the sets. And I'm not sure. Should I go for some kind of a reaction content, some reaction video to the stream? Because then I'm also allowed to talk about a lot more and I might be able to answer a ton more questions. I might do that because the stream is probably going to end at like 8, 9. So same time as it is right now. And I might just watch the stream together with you and also give a lot more insights then. Would be quite a lengthy stream though, but I will definitely also put out shorter videos about all that stuff so that you do get everything in little bites of content as well. Can you do one game with a tier 6 collector tank that's based on Tiger 1 that has been sold recently? Oh, I did not buy that. Why won't they remove mines? Yes. Hi, Velken. Guess what? I don't know. Last live stream we were talking about the Gorilla and the IS-7 for armor racking subjects. I stayed on my words and armor racked an IS-7 in my Gorilla. It's actually pretty easy to armor rack if you care. Yeah, if you always aim for the modules, you have a pretty good chance of getting some armor rack in or some fire, depending on what you go for. So, any questions here regarding Unreal right now? Do you think Wargaming will actually listen to the majority of the player base, or is the update in its general form already sealed? Guys, this is very important here, because I can see a lot of feedback, not necessarily feedback, but rather just blatant criticism about the update there. You know, usually Wargaming puts out some open tests, which is like 1 month ahead of the final update. This time it is a really big and important update. So what they did is put out a test way before. There will be multiple tests. There isn't any fixed number of that. There isn't any fixed release date for the final update. So at least 3 months, they said. And that means that there is still a lot of change possible. For now, it is going to be about the optimization and seeing how the technical stuff works, if the devices are running quite well, and also just seeing if the if all the stuff, like all the stuff that you ever grinded, all that needs to be transferred to the new game engine. And a lot of changes will be there to the resources. So that is the majority of the update, or the priority of the update right now. Also, of course, there will be some balancing decisions to be made. And there is also, of course, there are the commanders, which I already talked about. And I know already that there will be some balance changes to them. And Wargaming is definitely listening to the feedback. They are also kind of shocked because they have done some tests with players as well, including myself. And they did not hear anything of the feedback that they could hear right now about the commanders, all the harsh criticism. They were honestly just surprised by that. And that was also a bit of a communication fault by them. Which is also their opinion there, that just giving the players a little bit of a teaser, it was not really sufficient to really explain what was going on, and people just expecting commanders on tanks like Mario Kart. That's just not what is happening, and the teaser was misleading in that way, and that was just meant to be like a fancy teaser, but it was actually misleading, and therefore it will be very important that you also stay with us here with the content that I'm still putting out in the next days, and also the content that Wargaming puts out, because there will be a lot of explanations. And those are important to understanding why these changes are happening, because I can assure you, as I've tested it and I've got all the information already, these changes do make sense. Not everything is fine-tuned yet, not everything is totally balanced, but stats like these, they can easily be changed. That's a good point. And if there are some appearances that are not really suiting everyone, this can also still be changed. Although I think there is a bit of a maybe the criticism about the appearances is a bit of an overkill, but still I can understand that, and I don't know if Wargaming is also going to take that to their heart to still change some appearances of commanders, because they of course want to keep their audiences. Also, an important point that they mentioned to me was their first priority is not to make money. Of course, they want to make money. They have to make money as a company, but their priority is to make a good game. They want to make a great game for everyone, and then they know that the money is going to come. They don't have any shareholders in the background or so, like other companies like Epic Games or whatever. Those are public companies where they have shareholders, investors in the background, which want to press out every bit of money. But for Wargaming, it's a bit different, because they only have one owner, basically, who is also like, he's a gamer and a game developer, and who just wants to make good games, and that's his goal. Of course, they will also try to make money with it. That's a company. We cannot we cannot close our eyes from the truth. That's also how it goes. Also, they have crates and stuff that I absolutely don't like. All the gambling, and unfortunately, that's kind of a theme here in the gaming world at the moment. So they will definitely listen to feedback, as they have also already listened to a lot of feedback that I delivered myself, a lot of criticism that I and also other testers have already put in, given them, and that is definitely something that you should also consider. If you're not testing, then of course tell your opinion in this chat, because I'm having the contact to Wargaming. Otherwise, if you are testing, deliver some constructive feedback, not just some complaints or stuff, and then you're also going to be heard as well. What is a CC is a question there. CC is a community contributor. Basically, Wargaming has... It's not Wargaming has. There are multiple YouTubers, content creators. Some are TikTokers, some are streamers. Many of them or of us are just putting out some YouTube videos. And if you have put out videos for a while and Wargaming sees that you are active and also not insulting them, but just delivering good content, and they are also often contacting the YouTubers and getting them into the CC program. This CC program means that we get some early access to some features, like we get some tanks right before they are going to be released, and then we are able to test them just a couple of days, and we can already put out our videos right as these tanks come into the shop. There is no obligation at all to telling anything specific about the tanks, also we can be absolutely free in our opinion. Wargaming just wants to make sure that we have the content available on release. That's the only thing. And to be absolutely transparent, there we do get a bit of gold. We get 10k gold a month as CCs. We get the battle pass as well. And we do have the chance of giving out some tanks to the audiences as well by some giveaways, monthly giveaways for like 2 tier 10 tanks or some other low tier tanks. And that is it what we are getting, and really there is no obligation to it. We don't have to do anything for getting or for being part of the CC program. Some are even inactive for months at a time. Some are super critical of Wargaming. I am personally someone who always tries to understand something, understand the change, understand other people, also the audiences. I want to know what is going on, why are you thinking the way you do, just so that I either can agree with you or disagree. I'm not going to be the kind of person who sees a change and is immediately saying, no, I don't like that. I want to hear someone out first, and that's also how I handle wargaming. Also, I think that's why they also allowed me to test, because I'm not someone who is not critical, but I'm someone who is trying to understand stuff, and I also delivered a lot of very, very critical feedback, especially when it was about the skill-based matchmaking. I wrote essays upon essays, and in the end it was removed. I cannot just pat my own shoulder for that. There have been a lot of people complaining about it, of course. And in the end, the criticism, the feedback was a lot more important than the actual statistics to wargaming, because the statistics were kind of fine, but it required all this amount of feedback for them to make the change. And of course, they then, after the feedback, they also have seen that the pros and the veterans just did not perform anymore, and therefore they had a good reason to immediately switch back after just 1 month. Welcome. People will hate on Alexandra and Tony because they work for Wargaming, but it's done because they are just there to talk. They don't do anything other than advertising and talking. Yeah, you can see that advertising, of course, that's what they do. They're just sitting there and explaining stuff to you. They are trying to explain what they have in mind. They try to explain the changes, and that's their job. Like, they are just people explaining the stuff they work on. They're trying to understand the feedback, trying to make the game better, but they can, of course, not listen to everyone. And it would be horrible if they only listen to the most toxic people in the room and the loudest people in the room. They have to analyze the statistics, and then they can make some good changes based upon that. And it's not Alexandra and Tony making the changes. There are many people involved in the processes, of course, and then Alexandra and Tony are sitting there and trying to explain the changes that they went for. Rock'n'Roller saying, making Blitz a better game with removing things that exist in game for 10 years, it's kind of dumb. We can't just change things that makes Blitz different than other games and expect everyone to be happy. I think you are referring to the crew skills there. Let me just jump over to the iPad again. Wargaming talked about that decision yesterday again, and of course I could have also explained it a bit better on the Commander video. The reason for it is, if you're looking at these changes, first of all, you don't notice the crew skills in a way that they would make the game more fun to play. They are still a resource that we grinded, that we have, and that we are glad to have. We don't really want to lose them, of course. We put in the efforts to grind them. But if you are looking at all these changes, there are so many big changes, like 28% impact, 42% impact, here's 7 only, 35% impact, 7% impact on many actually, but some 21%, some are really having big impact. So they are making it very unfair for beginners. And that's just those changes, those impacts here, they are really on every single tank, and they are not really they are not making the tank more fun, but they are just making it more unfair to beginners. Even if the beginners after 5k games or so, once they get to meet better players, then it's still going to be a 10-20% difference, and they would have to spend huge amounts to get rid of that difference. Otherwise, they are at a disadvantage. So Wargaming tried to think about how they can just change the tanks in a way that actually there is still an advantage to grinding, but not an advantage just as huge, and also not an advantage that is just so boring. They wanted to make it a bit more interesting, and therefore the commanders which are specific to certain tank classes, and not having like one commander. Okay, you can play Duncan on every tank, but it's going to be a decision then where you have to think about what you actually go for. And with the crew skills, you did not really have that. You just needed to play a lot of games. By the way, I was just checking that on my reroll yesterday still. I have 5.4k games on my reroll, and that's really high stats, like top 10 stats or better. And there, I have 80% of the crew skills after these 5.4k games. But with my stats, where I have way above 4k average damage, that is so far ahead of the newbies who are just going to maybe get 2k damage on tier 10. I don't know what's the exact going to be, less than half of that. So they will need 10k, 15k games just to, or probably let's say 15k games just to get the crew skills grinded, and like that for the whole time they are going to be at a disadvantage. And that's only showing in small ways, in less accuracy, less traverse speed, but just a little bit of it in every regard. And that's not like, you do feel the difference. If you start to reroll right now without the crew skills, you do feel your tank feels like crap. But it's not a ton more fun, and you don't have to think about it that much when having everything maxed either. So that's what the commanders, and that's actually something that I can perfectly understand, and where I do like the changes there, that the new commander system is just more easy, and the skills they have are also quite good, although I do believe that many of them are unbalanced still, and they need some changes to them. So I hope that Wargaming will collect enough data to make big changes. To some commanders really need big changes, and need to change in a way that they are going to be playable and balanced for everyone. And also, of course, they should not change the gameplay dramatically. All right, guys, don't forget to please ping me, just writing my name if you want to see, if you want me to see the message on the chat, because otherwise I might miss one or the other. Just hope it's the usual stream from Wargaming. Important opportunity. Ja. Warum muss man mit Kanonen auf Spatzen schießen? Yeah, I cannot translate that properly into English. Why go overboard with the changes? Of course, there are a lot of changes, and just putting them all out at once is maybe not the best idea, honestly. I can't use Andy, right? Velkin, you can just ignore people who play the game for 10 years. Or you cannot... Wait, Velkin, you can just ignore the people. Without that, people would not be chance for Blitz to even be alive. Today, can't. Yeah, of course. But you should also understand that actually it's not the veterans keeping the game alive. Actually not. Wargaming still cares about the veterans because they keep the community alive, basically. We are the community here, we are the veterans, we keep just stuff running in terms of we are here to make others have fun, and the usual players, so they don't join Discord even. For a long time, for 35k games, I've not seen any Blitz content even. That's quite long, but I think for most people, they just play occasionally. They don't even watch any gaming videos or streams. They don't join a Discord server for the clan. They just play a little bit. Maybe let me know in the chat for how long you've played without watching Blitz content, and also for how long you've played without joining Discords. Would be interested. I would be interested to see that as well. But yeah, I think the majority of newbies are just going to play the game, and the newbies are in a majority. There are so many of them. They are just going to play occasionally and just not going to bother about all the community stuff. Fried, as much as I was of the opinion that Blitz was a completely different game than the PC one, you can't just change the character of the game like that. If you would show me the trailer, I don't know if I would recognize Blitz. Don't be too worried about the trailer, you only have to be worried about the gameplay, and that is almost exactly the same. You know, on the trailer you've seen a lot of content that was just not Blitz, that was just on every single trailer. There is a lot of stuff that is not actual game footage, but just some 3D animation. Like in the trailer, I actually have it on my video as well. Let me just open that real quick. There are only like 3 seconds of Blitz. WoTB reforged. Let me just quickly search that. And jump over to the display. Okay, you can see that. Yes, you can. So this is a trailer. All that stuff here, that's not game footage. Not at all. That's not Blitz. This is Blitz now. These sets. That looks different. This is not the garage. This is the garage. Man, no, I'm just zoomed too far here. Like this. Okay, if you want the comparison, let me just real quick. This is the, and this is zoomed in on the tank a lot. It looks different. You don't see the commander up that close. So, this is the current game. This is a new game. The commander will be way smaller in reality because the tank is also not that zoomed in. Of course, it would be as if I go for full zoom almost like that. And that's not how you do see the garage then. Also, wait, where did I put my camera? There it is. And then we got the game footage, which starts over here. This is the game footage. This is kind of bad. Yeah, of course, they want some action here to show, but the actual game feels and looks just the same. Let me quickly go for old school WoTB again, because he posted a bit more game footage on his video than me. Videos. No, where is it? There it is. Starting about here. Like the actual game. Let me just put my camera to the side. It just, this is Dead Rail, of course. It just looks the same. The colors change a bit of the green team. Those are not turquoise. Of course, the maps changed a little bit, but of course they mainly got better. Apart from that, also consumables look the same, provisions and stuff like that looks the same. You can, one second, you can see a difference down there. Now you have all the modules listed. Also, that was actually a nice demonstration here. Look at the physics now of Unreal Engine. If you shoot a house like that, snow falls down. I am really happy with that, actually. But that all looks like Blitz. You cannot tell me that you don't recognize the game anymore. But most people just cared only about the early part of the trailer there. Here the minimap is not the actual minimap. That was different than on other maps. Right. Let me just actually check out another one here, and in the end, here we're seeing Kennel with a proper mini-map as well. Here we see Castilla. It looks just like we're used to it. There is really nothing to worry about here concerning the gameplay or the visuals. Of course, balance is another question, but that is, of course, still a matter of change, and that is going to change. Here we do see something new, a monorail top. Alpenstadt got a few additions there, some actually rather like 60s, 70s design stuff. But a bit like Atomic Heart or so, some alternative reality. The gameplay is just gameplay. I don't think you can complain about that being too different from the current game. What do you think? Of course, if you speak German, then I can also recommend Old School for content. I want reticle that won't camouflage into the grass. You will have an option to turn off the grass and the reticle, of course, as well. Alright. Well, you can say I agree, but from what I've seen, those people don't want anything to change. Absolutely nothing. Try to balance with them and have them take out the bad stuff. Wargaming needs to collaborate for real. I don't think no change at all is the right solution to Blitz. And we are only seeing commanders as a change. You know, you've also got to be aware that the Wargaming or Blitz had basically the same mechanics, the same kind of tanks. They have exploited all kinds of different tanks in the past. And they cannot keep adding up on mechanics or so. And just, that would make things really unfair. If they added the commanders without removing the crew skills, then the game would be so unfair for the beginners. Because the crew skills already give you a 30% bonus to your tank skills. And then commanders on top. That would be crazy. So you could not do the commanders like that. But if you don't do the commanders, how do you bring in anything new into the game at this point? We have had autoloaders, we've had all kinds of TDs, different alpha damages, different kinds of mobilities, different kinds of armor, different kind of special consumables. And we are getting to a bit of a limit there to what Wargaming can do about the game without breaking it. And therefore they are willing to go for some bigger change now to keep things interesting still. And bringing something new that is also still going to, of course it's going to be balanced in the end. That's of course our main hope, and that's what they are still trying to work on. I can assure you that. But no change at all is not really the solution for a game like this. I'm pretty sure that is actually the case. Alright. Fuzzy saying that's not making it unfair. That was a buffer to keep players rushing up the tiers, to be honest. That is also a main concern that many older players or veterans, not older players, let's say veterans, not old players, not to call you old. But of course that's a concern that many people had in the past and still have, that it is nowadays super easy to grind up. That doesn't take away really anything from us. Of course, we had to put in a lot more effort. Like I myself, I grinded 400, 500 games on IS-8, my first tier 9 tank, to get a tier 10. And back then, tier 10 was a bit more competitive because people just couldn't get there that easily. On my recent reroll grind, I needed 30 games with certificates of ×5 and boosters and premium time to get my tier 10. That was 30 games on a tier 9. So that is a huge difference, of course, 30 games versus 500 games. And if new players, they won't need 30 games only, but they might just need 300 games in total to get a tier 10. And they can also buy a tier 10 completely. Yeah, of course, that's going to decrease the game quality at tier 10. But on the other hand, we also have to be aware that if a new player is starting the game and has to grind that far, that might discourage them. Like I personally also have made that experience on World of Tanks PC, which I tested a couple of months ago. I was just grinding up to like tier 6 or so, tier 7, and then I realized, god damn, it's taking me ages. Grinding to tier 10 now, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to start a game that takes me that long to grind everything, or where I have to spend that much money. I was participating in some event and got the tier 9 pattern then, which is the only tank that I played since then. I stopped grinding because I was simply not interested. I did not want to dedicate that much time to a new game and wanted to make sure that I can play occasionally. And of course, if you are starting a game, you may have the mindset that you want to put in the effort to grind and want to get new stuff. But for many people, it's just not the case. You want to get a lot of stuff quickly and don't want to spend ages on really bad tanks, honestly, where you just get killed by the pros all the time. That's not fun. Everyone has better tanks, better crew, better equipment, and all that kind of stuff. That is pay to win then as well. Then you cannot compete with them. So if it doesn't take that long to grind up, that is actually good for the amount of players in the game, and that more players generally are something good even for the veterans, because it means the matchmaking can be separated more. Don't think of skill-based matchmaking, but something like ratings, other game modes where you can really each can have whatever game modes they feel like is suiting their play style the best. That only works if you have a good amount of players available. You can see that on NA or APAC, where people are just not, or where there are not a lot of players. If they want platoon, if they want to go for triple guy platoon, especially in the game modes only, then they might need minutes and waiting time, and they might not be able to make it at all if it's not the main hour of playing the game, and that's super boring then. You cannot platoon in rating games on high rating on an A server. You cannot play platoons in special game modes simply because there are not enough players. So Wargaming needs to make sure that it is interesting to beginners to grind the game, and first of all keep them playing, and then these players can also improve their own gameplay. That's more important than filtering out the players who are dedicated to improving that far that they are going to make it to tier 10, and then tier 10 is super competitive, but only for those veterans and no one else is going to make it there. That's kind of an exclusivity that Wargaming cannot afford for, and I think also us veterans cannot really hope for that. For that we might be happier with something like playing rating games or so then. Vilken asking, do I have premium subs? Yes, of course I do. Actually, if you just look at either premium subs do work on YouTube, or even better, if you check out the link that I just posted there on Ko-Fi, you can subscribe there. On YouTube takes 30% of it. So in the best case, Ko-Fi, that would be appreciated. To support the channel, that's the best way. Economics might. I will say this, I'm all for commanders, but they need to be nerfed. They give way too much of an advantage for veteran players. Yes, I fully agree with that, and I can tell you that I delivered a lot of feedback, same as the other testers, and we are going to see some changes there. Wargaming will of course also see the testing results in a couple of days, and they will be able to make some changes based on that, as they can finally get to know how well stuff is actually working out, because previously they were only testing with very small amounts of testers and also small groups amount of testers, and often we were playing against bots, and that's just not really showing the actual balance of tanks. But still, the game actually feels good on the test client already. That I can tell you. Then we've got beginners need to stay in the lower tiers. Okay, I think I just replied to that already. Fury Blitz saying 9, and what if Blitz dies? What will Wargaming do? They still have a lot of other games, but first of all, they are of course going to continue improving Blitz, or trying to improve Blitz, even if they don't always hit the nail on the head. They might do some mistakes with the balance changes, especially they might introduce stuff that people don't like, but what they are going to do is look at the statistics, see if people are really disliking the new changes that much as they would quit, and they can always roll back changes. If stuff is really that bad that no one's going to play anymore, that there is a significant decrease in players, then they might change it again. It's not like set in stone. Nothing is set in stone at this point, especially concerning the balance. They really just test it out right now, want to see where it's going, and then find out what they can do with it. I mentioned it earlier already, this update, this test is a lot different to the usual open test that we are having, or that we were having, where it was 1 month ahead of the final release and open test was almost finished. Barely ever we could see changes to the game after that. But with this one, with the Ultra test, that has a different name because it's a lot earlier than the open test. This one is not going to be in the same way. So there will still be more tests to the game. There will still be more changes as well. Cuba saying 8K subs, congratulations. Thank you. Yeah, just hit them yesterday or so, a couple of days ago. I think yesterday, despite all the harsh criticism about the Commander video. Map rotation, yeah, I cannot really say anything about that. I don't know. I don't really like it, but I can somehow understand it because it gets you intrigued a little bit. Like right now, I'm really happy about the new maps coming, or the old maps coming back. Some of them I really like, and I'm happy about some bad maps rotating out, but I'm also sad about some of the greater maps to also get removed again. So I don't know, maybe it brings in something new. If that's what the stats are showing, maybe it also has to do with the Unreal Engine update, so that Wargaming has some time to just start with a limited amount of maps, which is not going to be different to what we have right now. So they can just schedule back some rework of some other maps, because of course they have to put in all the effort into reworking every single map, they have to recreate all the content that we have in the current game in the new engine. They have to just build a new game from scratch basically, and try to keep it as close as possible to the game that we are used to know. Lester's conclusion solution to the mouse, nerf it. Actually, as you are mentioning Lester there, I figured that on Lester there are a lot more bold changes, big changes to the game, and people seem to be happy about that. From what I can hear, people are always saying, or often saying, look at Lester, they are doing such big stuff there. Why don't we have any changes over here? Obviously, it's because Wargaming was working on Unreal Engine, but people are actually happy about some bigger changes. It's bringing in some new content. There are also some changes that are not welcome on Lester. Those we don't hear that much about over here. Although if I do talk to some people who have Lester experience, they also don't like everything. But still, I was saying to Wargaming, don't necessarily listen to my feedback. Go for some big changes, and people might be really happy about that. They might just get people to talk about the game again and just get them interested again. It's sometimes fine to just do something, because there are a lot of complaints about the current Blitz as well. It's not like everything was perfect right now, if you're honest. Just that it's easier to criticize changes than just yeah. Of course, making proposal for changing stuff to the better is always hard and always leads to a lot of criticism. I hope that you're all open to it, or most of you at least, to just testing them and seeing how it goes. And I guess it will work out in the end. Just you could see the gameplay earlier. It's so similar to the current Blitz. It's all about the balancing in the end of the commanders. Who even cares about the garage if there is some cat in the background? Many people have some profile backgrounds with anime girls or so. Who even complains about that to exist? And then some commander comes in who does look a little bit too colorful, and immediately people are complaining about it. Yeah. Hi Oza. Hi Manta as well. Can you give more examples of physics update? Well, we've seen some interactions there with the snow. For example, you could shoot snow off of houses. You can also drive into a house and the snow falls down. You can shoot a tree and the snow falls down or disappears. The trees also wriggle when you shoot to the side of the trees, and they wriggle around a little bit. If you can flip over, but that's really rare. Don't expect that to happen too often. Also, you get set back on your tracks immediately. It's just not going to last long like that. Otherwise, what else? Yeah, of course, also the way that stuff gets destroyed when you drive over them, that all looks a lot better, a lot more realistic. Currently, it just goes poof. It just disappears, basically. And with Unreal Engine, there is a lot more possible. All right, what else? my point is the new engine will not bring in millions of new players, lab blitz, and the end of the day, a game is dependent on veteran players to keep this game alive for 10 years. As I mentioned earlier, I think most of the veterans are going to stay, but as veterans make up like a tiny fraction of the players. Let me actually show you something there in that regard. Let's go for Blitz Analysis, a website that shows statistics about the player base. If I put my camera to the side again, it's always in the way somehow. Always. If I go for career stats, look at this. Career battles by players. I am not even on the list here. Let me make that larger. Again, my camera is in the way. Median battles, 612. Mean battles, 4K. That's quite a bit more already. But there are many players at the start. Most of them quit almost immediately after just a couple of sessions. Maybe a couple of weeks. And very few make it here. Most of you guys will be between 10K and whatever. Most of you probably around here. And so Wargaming does not struggle to get new players into the game. They put out an ad with some Sheridan flying around and shooting some missiles, and people download the game and test it. What they need to work on is to get those, or a large amount of those players, to keep grinding so that a curve looks like this. They want more players to continue so that there is not this huge fall off anymore. So they need to cater to the beginners as well. But of course, the community, all the clans and stuff, that's the core of the game here in terms of just the community, and that's this little part here. Also the complaints that you see on YouTube, the complaints that you see on Discord, that's this little part of all these players. So Wargaming has to be very careful in prioritizing either these beginners or these few down here. They have to think about what is actually best there. And yeah, most people are win rate distribution. Most people are in the range of like, what is that? 47 to 50% win rate. That's the absolute majority there. So you're always up against 10 beginners who are maybe liking the content. If you disagree with Wargaming, then there will be a lot of beginners who may be more important. But of course, Wargaming will not shove away all the veterans here. Also asking, the thing which will be replaced, tech tree, what was it sets? Does all sets include same tier tanks or various tiers? Actually, I should just keep stuff open here because I get back to it. Sets are... Oh wait, where could we see sets? On the trailer as well. Let me just quickly open it again, just real quick, because a lot of people who were not watching that earlier would be reforged. So just to show you again, you can see the set here. That's one set opened, but that is just, that's a different screen that you can see for opening a set. You will be able to, let me actually just go back. You will not really have the tech tree as it is right now anymore, probably. Let me get over. Let me get over. One second. So what, basically to explain a set already. A set is like one tech tree. That's it. Just that the set does not only contain tanks that are of the same nation, but rather it is about tanks of the same playstyle. But mostly it is like one tech tree. And in the overview, it will look something like this. This is the search overview where you can search for for sets here. Camera again. But you can see that these sets here, they all have some theme, they have some nice music and stuff, they have some difficulty level as well, so beginners don't get thrown into the same categories. They are into the tricky categories, making it easier for the beginners. Then they get access to advanced sets and expert sets as well. You can filter sets for all the kind of categories, like high armor, strong turret, heavy armor, whatever. And then you open a set and it is basically like a tech tree. And for unlocking a set, you need these keys. The keys you do get automatically by playing, just by leveling up. We could see that over here. Let me get back here. You have on your profile, you have a player level then, where you do get keys automatically by playing. There are lots and lots of levels. You always get some new keys. Of course, you guys are always, you don't lose any of the sets, any of the tech trees you already have. And you do automatically make progress. Your old school is on a high level, like I am. He has a 193 already. You will get commanders in the player levels and the keys, and make your progress like this, access to even more stuff. And therefore the sets just makes stuff easier for the beginners. For you, it doesn't really change anything actually, because you're just going to filter your tanks in the garage anyways. If you want to grind new lines, or if you want to grind a new set, then you only need you use one key for the set, and you only need one tank of the set to grind the entire line. You don't need to purchase any other tank than one within that set, and you can grind all of them. That's also something that is actually quite nice. So you can just completely skip some tanks that you don't like. But overall, I think the sets should be balanced in a way. You can expect them to be balanced in a way that you don't feel like not playing any tank at all. That's going to need some getting used to, yes. But you can see, the more I explain, the less tricky it is to understand. Actually, it becomes easier. It all makes sense. But Wargaming was never willing to go for such big changes, because they, there's something called path dependency. Even if you make if you make a bad change and stick to it for too long, the cost of changing from it is going to be so big that you can not really afford to make that change. And so, like, we all know the layouts of keyboards. It's not perfect. It's not the fastest way of typing. Researchers found that out by now. But changing to a different layout, that's a huge risk that no one really wants to go for. People are so used to these keyboards that they stick to it. But for Blitz, they came to the point to, okay, we can continue like this forever, or we at some point make this one change so we are up to date with all the other games. Otherwise, we are going to eventually lose players and we are not going to survive in the long run. I think that's what they were thinking there. Any other questions there? Is it even a good idea to group very similar tanks for new players' experience? Wouldn't it be boring for a newbie grind? I would say it makes stuff easier, because, if you play something like a Tortoise and then you get a 183 and you have no idea how to play it and you're already on tier 10, well, you have no idea what to do then. So it's better if the tanks are at least somewhat similar, so you can learn how to play the tanks and do have a much better understanding for the tanks, and don't have something you can absolutely not play on a higher tier anymore. Just also getting back to the concern about newbies on higher tiers. Newbies will have tanks that they can actually play better, potentially, if they grind beginner lines. that are well armored, for example. Let's say, I don't know what a beginner line is right now. Let's say they grind an IS-7 line first. They play something with armor and continue playing with something of the same playstyle until they have an IS-7. So they are used to it already. But they are not going to have something completely new to them anymore. Hi Galabri. We can assume that the aim of the new update is also fully oriented towards getting new players. There is no reason to believe that veteran players will find any interest in the changes. I would disagree, honestly. I find the commanders very interesting because they make the gameplay a bit different, but still the overall gameplay is going to be the same and just looks better. That's also what the other testers said. They don't really care about most changes. As veterans, for most changes are not really relevant to us apart from commanders, because they give you some extra skills where you have to think about which commander to pick again. It's like equipment where you have to pick between calibrated shells or rammer or something like that, and just one commander then per tank, or special consumables. There you also have to think about what to go for. See it as something like special consumables, maybe. If you have the chance to go for special speed boost or reticle calibration, like on the next tank, the next light tank, the German light tank there. If you have this kind of decision to make just for every tank, that's what the commanders are about, basically. You can just play with a standard commander. In the best case, the commanders are all balanced. But there is something that you can actually grind again, although you will get a lot of the progress, or most of the progress that you have already, you will get it transferred to the new engine, and that is fine then. And you're not going to lose that much progress. You're still going to be way ahead of the beginners in terms of what you have available. But hopefully you're not going to just have a 30% crew skill advantage, but you are just having a different commanders available, which are giving you some different skills, which you can pick but don't have to. See it that way. Everything else is just about some graphics updates, and the gameplay itself is going to be almost exactly the same. There is still one last question by Oza. So it presented like we will go battle with all tanks in the sets, but I think it's not the case, right? We will enter the battle with yeah, we will enter the battle with one tank. Yeah, it's going to be the same matchmaking. Some changes still to rating games are going to be announced tomorrow. I will keep you updated about that. But apart from that, it's just going to be the same kind of gameplay. Just that the way of grinding new lines is a bit different, and we have commanders available. PT Blitz, do new players even understand tank roles to group them into sets? Can't see this working out. That's also the point. You know, if you constantly play a whole set that all has the same role in the game, then you understand better of what to do with this kind of tank before getting to play something completely different again. Like a side-scraping tank is very different to a hull-down tank. A hull-down tank is very different to a super heavy tank that you push in with. A TD for sniping without armor is completely different again. But if they get mixed up within one tech tree line, then you get to be confused and you don't know what to do with it, and you just play every tank incorrectly. Or you play so much like me that you really understand every tank in detail. But new players don't necessarily have the time, are not willing to take the time, and they are going to be confused with everything. They dislike tanks immediately, as you can see on YouTube as well. So many, even experienced players, YouTubers, just complain about tanks being really, really bad, or just claiming they would be really good as well for no real reason, just based on a bit of an experience on the tank. But that is going to change once we have the set experience, especially to the beginners, that average players, let's say it like that, the intermediates, and then the experience is going to be much more similar within one set, and that should make it easier. I sound Russian and look Italian. I'm German. I sound like I lived in England for a bit. Actually, I've only been there for 2 weeks, and still I copied a bit of an element of the accent there. But as a European, as a German, you know, I pick my accent from whatever I watch online, some kind of content here and there. So, yeah, we do just say whatever sounds cool. Mixed elements in the accent. How many sets currently? I cannot answer that to you, to be honest. I don't know, and tomorrow you will see that as well. It's basically like tech tree lines, should be the same amount roughly. So many questions. I think most of them answered. Again, if you have specific questions, and please tag me as well, just by writing my name N90, not a 0, it's an O, and I will get that message highlighted. There was still something up there. What's gonna happen with our elite experience since all is changing? Elite experience that we have on tanks, like if you fully grinded a tank, where is that even? I have no clue how to see elite experience. If I go for tech tree maybe? Yeah, there is the elite experience. That also, like I have multiple millions on every tank, that gets translated to data cards, which you can then use for upgrading commander levels. So if you have grinded a lot before already, you will be able to get more commander levels on the next update. Not on the next update, but on the Unreal Engine, on the Reforged update. So there's a transfer of resources on the XP. Also, as far as I understood, I mean the crew skills also, they get also transferred to data cards, which you then level the commanders for. Also the commander boosters. Also, we old players are so susceptible, but maybe something good will come up. The only thing concerns me when tier 8 comes, all top tier collectors will become a bad investment. Don't be too concerned about it. Wargaming never said there is not going to be any higher tier. They could have always put out a tier 11, and just because the current tier 10 is then going to be tier 7, that doesn't mean that there is going to be a tier 8. Maybe at some point there will be, but we are very far away from that, because currently Wargaming is fully invested in making the Reforged update and bringing in all the resources from the current game into the new game, making everything look HD PBR, like with the new graphics, and also bringing in commanders and balancing them out. And there are so many changes, first of all, that they have to work on before even thinking about anything new to add, so that a potential tier 8 would be very far away, I guess. It's just never say never, but definitely it's not going to be close. That I can tell you. What will happen to crew skills, as I just finished every single one? They will be, you will get some compensation, so you can level your commanders then. For all the compensation stuff and so on, I also talked about that in the first minutes of my commanders video that I recently put out. Although I feel like most people just commented without watching that. It all gets transferred, but crew skills as they are right now, they will disappear and get replaced with something else that is going to make stuff more balanced and also more interesting in the best case. What will happen to tech tree tanks that I have sold but have the tier X off? Well, you can buy them back. Everything that you grinded in a tech tree, you can always buy back. That's the same in a set, then there's no difference to that. Hi Antonella, buonasera. Hi Adam. I love everything about the UE5, it looks great. Not being sure if you're being sarcastic about that, otherwise you would be the first to say that. Were there any other questions? Hi, ominous as well. Yeah, okay. I think it's calming down a little bit now concerning questions, and other chats are coming up, so I might actually also go for a couple of games now. You just spent over 1 hour just talking about everything there. Okay, am I in the correct matchmaking? Yes. Darkman, are you still here? Darkman, if you're here, I'll play 268 for you. Otherwise, I go for something else. I can take a breath. I know Italian? No, I don't know any Italian. I can say buonasera. If I think of it, speaking Italian, I always have to think back of something that happened to me when I was a child. Traumatizing event. I was on vacation in Sicily with my parents, and I was like, I don't know, I was elementary school, and my parents gave me some money and sent me to some store, told me to buy some bread or baguette or so. I didn't speak English, I didn't speak Italian, I just walked into the store, and at that point I was not long after football world championship, and I was wearing a Luca Toni t-shirt. The Italians they've seen that t-shirt and they were celebrating it, immediately talking in Italian to me super fast, as they are used to. And me just as a little child, just no idea what was going on. Completely overtasked with the situation, and I just looked at them without saying a word, and then I was running away outside again, running to my parents. But yeah, I don't speak Italian. No, they're already behind. Let's turn. So, if you don't speak a language, don't necessarily wear a t-shirt that suggests otherwise. On the other hand, it's a great way to make friends. Oh, he's using adrenaline, so maybe he just shot. Nice accuracy as always on this tank. I can just elevate my back here. No, oh man. Yeah, with this tank you don't have gun depression, so you need to use the gun elevation always. Just going up with the rear. Oh, you can penetrate me a bit more easily then, but to be honest, I don't really care. Okay, it's just shot as well. Alright. Okay, visit. Maybe last shot before the points. No. Ah. One game in Sheridan? Yeah, I can go for it. Actually, okay, I'm actually saying he's being real about the favorite part about the update are commanders. I have to say, all of us testers actually said that the commanders are the best part. That's the only thing that we were interested in. Commander skills and that they were balanced. We did not even care about the appearance that much, to be honest. That's why Wargaming did not even consider changing that so far. And apart from that, the other stuff is just visuals. Looks different, makes it easier for beginners. That's also a good thing for us veterans. That's easier for the beginners to understand. And yeah, with the commanders we might get some new skills added that are just like special consumables that are actually making you think about the game in a bit of a different way again, without really destroying the balance in the best case. That's what we still have to hope for. Yeah, Darkman already recommended that I was just going to talk to some people on voice chat or so on stream for explaining the changes a bit more, but I like the idea, but I thought maybe I can just do it on chat like this. And yeah, tomorrow again there will be the new update, not the new update, tomorrow there will be the stream from Wargaming, where they are explaining everything. And also, then the open test is starting, and I can actually put out my first content, or I can put out content about everything. Everything of Unreal Engine is becoming public tomorrow. Nice. I can show you the game, I can show you the sets, I can show you the commanders. I mean, I did show you the commanders. That did get a lot of attention already, so in the best case, if you're still... Ouch. Ouch. T100 there as well. If you still don't know about the commanders, I did put out a video, so you can look at that. Also, tomorrow, also a new update, Rheinmetall Panzerwagen. Yeah, I don't know, do you stream Rheinmetall? Or I think I should stream, basically reaction stream to the Wargaming stream. Ah, there's still someone. No way. -3. Okay, dude. Does he still have one? Now he's reloading. Nice. Yeah, new update tomorrow with the new maps again, or old maps coming back, and some new light tank, German light tank. Looking forward to that as well. Although I wasn't really enjoying it that much on test, but it got changed a little bit again. Let's turn off auto aim maybe. Enemy tank. Good name. Okay, shot. I think I'm useless here. Let me try something else. Like either... Oh, I don't know. Let's try one. Not having anything else to shoot at anyways. With the Sheridan, it's quite important to just have a very relaxed, very calm playstyle. Avoid risks, aim well. You don't have DPM, you cannot afford to bounce or miss shots. Surprise enemies from weird angles to put out big shots. Oh, shell velocity. I might be lucky to get off a shot over there. Really requires some luck now. Oh, nice. And I am lucky one. Okay, 5.3k. If I get another kill or another shot, then I might get an ace. I don't think it's enough. Maybe. Ah, no! Oh, man. They are making unique changes to the maps that are not realistic, so why should commanders be realistic also? Yeah, I think that's a fair point. I mean, we already have so much unrealistic stuff concerning avatars, profile backgrounds, garage equipment. Not all garages are as realistic as this one either. We have mad games, we have big boss mode and so on, and also really not realistic. And also the whole game, arcade game, is just not realistic in the slightest way. Also all the camos, apart from very few camos that are realistic. Like this one's realistic, but everything else on there, like, yeah, of course you don't need to do it, you don't need to pick it, but in-game you don't see the commanders anyways. So complaining about the realism there is also, yeah, of course, if it's still in a garage. But I wouldn't know any person who has everything realistic only in the garage and also camouflages, whatever. Probably there are some people. For full realism, we need a team that is just running to the tank when you get tracked to repair the track again. I don't think we want that. I don't know what to go for. Let's take this one. I skip. I need a reaction stream with a wargaming stream. Too many people take everything and twist it like a lawyer and in court and trying to create drama. Dreams would be better. Yeah, I think that's actually a good thing to do. I don't know if I should just watch the entire stream on my stream or do my reaction stream right after. What do you say? I mean, I could do like highlights. Oh, maybe I should just do it live. I can stop anyways and keep talking about stuff. Because a lot of stuff will require more information, and I do have a lot of more information that I can talk about tomorrow. And if stuff gets boring, then I will just play some games. Can still do that. No. Was that blind? I was already unspotted. Of course I was afraid of that happening. He must be over there or so. With the angle that he had. Is there nothing? Light tank on the other side. I think LV must be there. TVP also spotted. Nah. Okay, I must really not get spotted here. But actually it's... Okay, I'm still having some shots. But sooner or later it will be important for me to also move. Because my teammates are under pressure. Okay, actually. Mouse dropped down, that's fine. Anyone over there? Problem is that we're still kind of encircled here. We're not having map control. Only having 1/3, 1/4 of the map basically. Mouse dying, not good. No! Of course he stopped. It's going to be hard for them to kill the VZ over there. Oh, if he spotted. Oh no. Yes, turn away. Wish I had adrenaline right now, but I can still put out some shots. People coming to my back already. Oh, dude! What? Yeah, okay, no chance at all. What is this Anji? Lovely gun, lovely gun. Why does the new light tank have reactive armor? I don't know, it just has everything. Maybe that's just the first taste for the commanders, just so you get some selections. Although most of it is useless, as I said earlier. You can take speed boost, but I felt on just like the speed boost isn't actually that helpful because it's already a very fast tank. Then you have reticle calibration, you have the tungsten rounds as well. I think maybe tungsten rounds and reticle calibration could be my favorite. Of course, you also have adrenaline. It's tricky. Yeah, it could have easily been 1k damage, at least more, if I actually hadn't hit my shots. Let's not forget about the early shot from 183. We want slower battles. Actually, with the commander balance, I would say the battles become slower. Some people said immediately they are going to be steamroll games, but I don't see that happening. Oh no. Okay, I will have to take one for running, I guess. I should have actually just looked up the lineup because I know this player is always going mid side. Oh no, E5. Good. Okay, I'm unspotted. No! What? No! My... These guys standing behind you. But what the hell spotted me? From over there, must be. Yeah, I would not penetrate like this. I'm not really shooting relevant targets here at all. Sure, on the move in 113. Nah, team is just dying. Whoop. And I'm dead, yes. Okay. But just to talk about commander balance there, you know, the heavies get a potential 20% more hit points, which I hope is still going to be balanced out. But the heavies get to be more healthy, they have better survivability. The mediums get accuracy and mobility. And the TDs get better camouflage and accuracy. Doesn't really sound like super aggressive gameplay to me. Because also all the other tanks with a crew skill removal, they lose camouflage values. So the TDs will be stronger at camping actually. While only the heavies can really push in with the hit points or extra armor that they get. And the mediums can farm the TDs down quite efficiently once they get spotted. Ah. But yeah, again, nothing's final yet. We will have to see. And it's really tricky to really predict what's actually going to happen. I was saying that actually giving 30% camo to TDs while removing 20% camo fire cruise kills from all the others. It's just a bad idea. That's going to be unbalanced. Again, a good platoon against me. Can I help with the mediums? Yeah, let's try to focus this one. Okay, actually he has him. So... No, what? He had 700 hit points and Yo did not manage to kill him? I have to take one. Oh, lol. VZ, maybe fall back so I can actually support you. He's not. Yeah. Okay. And he's just... No, he's actually not in the open. That's good. The enemy platoon, both good players, both know me for sure, both chasing me. Ah, surprise. Yeah, I will just fight him. What's wrong with my accuracy? Come on. Congrats, guys. You got me. If you're watching this, you did it. Congratulations. Nightbot just warned me for... I don't know. Not sure what happened there. Blacklisted spam, what was that? Ah, okay, because you're... Okay. Just some words are being blacklisted there. Hi, Ghost. Honor spams low tiers, yes. I'm surprised he nowadays plays tier 10 again, because for a long time he was always asking me for platoon and wanted to play low tiers, and I said no. I want to farm win rate on tier 10, otherwise it's not worth it. And if he wants to keep his 80% win rate and only can do so on lower tiers, yeah. If that is your personal goal, it's fine, but I don't care that much about this win rate, as I would only play top OP tanks, and yeah, it's just not worth it for me. It's not a fun. Of course, sometimes I do love platoon win rate farming as well. What's actually happening here? Nah. Unfortunately, my heavies all went to the other side. But maybe they're just going to peek again because, yeah, they're feeling kind of safe, I guess. Now they're having shots to the other side, then they are not going to peek. But my teammates are winning by C anyways, without my help. Should be. So I could also just... Oh, okay. Plan's not working out. I was just about to Maybe go to the right side to have some crossfire then. Actually, he's going in there, okay. And I have less backup than I hoped for. They still have 183 camping. Leo was AFK. Maybe still is, and I could actually kill him. Whoppa. Let's see. Yes. Let's actually try to take him out. I mean, maybe I can ammo rack. Like this, I also take a base and can crossfire this guy. I love you. Duncan. Like the new commander, okay. Duncan Anderson. Is that the entire name of the new commander? Not sure right now. Might be. Okay. Yes. Come back. He's turning for me. Alright, alright. Gotcha. Good. Yeah, sorry Velgen for the Nightbot there. But unfortunately I have to. I mean I just enabled slight restrictions. Slight automatic moderation. Before the toxic, before the chat is going to be super toxic or so. And there are not always moderators in house, yeah, who can kick people immediately. One medium only on the enemy side. Let's spot the middle, yeah. I get some heavy support as well. Let's try to be quite aggressive, but I don't want to move away too far from the middle, kind of expecting enemies to push forwards. Okay, there is one. Oh my. Nice, I also put that there. Come on, Reno. Be useful. $233, alright. Nothing over there, okay. Oh, these low rolls though. We're about to take all 3 bases. Enemies still standing there. They are not going for C. Maybe, no? Yes. I think I'm just going to apply for those guys over there. Oh no, actually no. Not if my teammates aren't. Then I might want to fight for the VZ. I could just sneak up here. Whatever I do, I need to make sure that I don't get pushed onto. Yes, nice aim. Alright. Let's shoot a fuel tank. It's a bit forwards there. Bit in front of, to the front of the rear track wheel. The Kran usually is quite easy to set on fire. Not this time. Okay. Alright. Nice farming. Pretty bad enemies here, to be honest. They didn't do much. Fuel tank is over there, actually. No. Zuti, you've been Duncan. All right. What you do sometimes, Velkin is saying, with lights, surprised me, because usually if you do that, you either get targeted, jumped, or sniped in the butt, some mediums. Well, you need to be careful about what you go for. Don't just copy my positions blindly. That's not what I'm trying to tell you here. But rather think about the enemy lineup a lot. That's what I'm always doing. On this map, it doesn't really matter that much to me. I mean, if they had a lot of mediums, I would be sure that they were going for the medium side. But like this, I just try to take some passive position early on. Last game was super aggressive, something I would usually not do if the enemies had more mediums and if I didn't have any backup there. Okay. But here I don't have that much information. Enemies might be everywhere. Actually, they seem to maybe go for the medium side with everything. Nothing kept the other base there. They might still have some campers, I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, that's something. Let's hope my teammates are going forwards and enemies are not just going to push me immediately. But I still have someone on B, that's fine then. No one? Oh, hello. Ah, guys, I love this tank. Doesn't have fully reliable armor, but that's fine with me. Oh, watch this. Of course no one spotted them. I mean, how could they if they're camping like that? But yeah. Yeah, that's what I waited for. Really nice. If you're in this position, you can crossfire the B cap really well. Okay, of course. Ah! Let's shoot 268 maybe? Okay, I should not have done this. But it's fine. That should be good. Yep. Where are the others? Wait. There are two heavies camping over there, okay. What? Again, same as last game. We have all caps. No way. What did the enemies even try here? Velkin saying it. I also think that we needed a light tank like the Rheinmetall. It's unique in its simple way in no tier 10, and it is like it's including the gun depression. Well, you will see. I cannot say that I really liked it on test. It wasn't that great, to be honest. Even though it had all the special consumables, it still felt mediocre. But they buffed it a little bit, as far as I know. And after all, you cannot pick all the consumables. But you do get the chance. You can just experiment a little bit. Vickers Light is kind of the same. No, at the moment, the Vickers Light isn't that great, actually. I recently played it as well, but it was just pretty much a failure. We are 3 versus 3 up here. And I'm... What is wrong with people blocking me today? Third time. Well, luckily I did not get shot yet for that. Do we even have a chance here? Oh, there's 4 of them. I did not really count the setup at the start, actually. You should always do that. Count the amount of tanks that are potentially to the front. The enemies have 4 mediums, we only have 3. We're definitely going to win the city. I could just go down and kill the city. Leaving the high ground for that. Yeah, let's do it. Yes. But before the enemies are all coming, I mean, they might just push in at any time. It's better to already be safe. Better safe than sorry. Okay, team. Your turn to go for the U-turn. U-turn. Oh, shit. Well, I can take a base. And actually, I should try to move away from the mediums there. They might come from behind for me. Wouldn't make sense for them to focus me. I hope that I'm not a one-shot to the Sheridan. He can easily high roll me. It's like 50-50 chance. He has 560 alpha damage. Okay, he's up there. Good. Patton was still a bit healthier. I expect him to go for B. Would make sense. But as he doesn't, he's probably camping, yes. Yeah, now I'm in a situation where the T-100 is just unbeatable. Sniping at a distance, keeping him spotted with tracer shells, he can absolutely not do anything about it. He's not even trying to go for the caps. Boring. When I watch you live, I am better than 1,000 psychotists. People usually lock into the guy to hit the battle button and find 9 so they can block him. Yes. Nice music. Good. Oh, what the hell? What? The bot just blocked. Vulcan, I have to remove the block there. Wait. You did not do anything wrong there, from what I could see. Huh? You're not in timeout? Are you now muted or so? No. Why did it delete everything? Oh, is he perma-track maybe? No. Let's make sure I don't get hit from the side. Oh. But I want to support my heavy side, actually. They're going to die. Sheridan's great to shoot. Maybe I should just go overkill the medium side. Oh, E3 even moved forwards. That's good. There I can kill him. No. Or maybe not, because I cannot circle there. But I can avoid him at least. I think we can still win. Oh, might have another chance. Good. 113 was one shot. VK 72 was also very low. Yeah, we should win this one. But I have to try to get somewhere where I can support without putting myself into danger. I want to help the 50p. That will be needed with the E3. But he's not pushing. Would actually be nice if the 50B ran away a little bit. A getting capped. So enemy in A. Ah, man. Come on, track, please. I'm having a really nice position though. But this is not good for me. Whoa. Oh my gosh. Please. Was just going for a snapshot there, man. Okay. There was a chance still of winning. So, Velkin, sorry that you get blocked or that the Nightbot just hit your messages again. That was not supposed to be. Just seeing your messages, there was nothing bad about it. No. Let me actually just quickly change the settings of the Nightbot. That's not okay. That is being too harsh there on the auto moderation. No. I get downvoted actually. Man, yeah, I get trapped there in a corner. It would have been nice if I was able to break out and kill some enemies and run away. But it was just tricky there too many enemies. Unfortunately, RNG, I mean, would have required some really lucky RNG there. Where is the moderation, chat moderation? Let me quickly go. Blacklisted words, phrases. Let's turn that off completely. Nightbot is just trying. Yeah. It's because you used the word recharge. That's automatically blacklisted apparently. I did not even set up the list there. Okay. Next one. Hey, Darkman back. Nice. Like Messi in football. Come on. Unless you're asking how to position in the map with reclaim 90. There are multiple ways of going about it. You can go for C, you can go for A, you can play for B. You can play whatever you want to, as long as you pay attention to what your teammates are doing and what kind of setup the enemies have. I actually put out an entire map guide about it already, Black Goldville. So you can definitely check that out on my channel. But there is not like one position to go for. Okay. I was trying to move beneath his gun depression there. Good. I knew I had some backup coming, so rip VZ. Ouch. Come on. Shot again, nice. Nah. And again. How often does this have to happen today? Good. Maybe just quick cap and back. Okay, good. Maybe the low one. Maybe max roll. Not happening. Nope. Oh, I might have this. Ah, good time to get unspotted. So, do I don't want to really stay in the back here with the projector potentially coming. Maybe he's on B. Oh. Actually, not the projector on B. Rip. Yeah, I wanted to avoid the projector. But we still can. Okay. Seems like T100 needs a slight pen buff. No. I'm running Rammer on everything, and of course you can go for calibrated shells. On T100 you won't benefit as much from calibrated shells because it does not have heat, and Cali has a bigger impact on heat than on AP or APCR. You might still test it out. I feel like the premium AP for Rammer, that's absolutely amazing. Better than others, definitely. Especially better than heat, because you don't have any spaced armor that you cannot penetrate. AP just butters through everything. Okay, let's give it one more try. No, I wanted to go for 268. Don't run Rammer on my lights. You don't have to. I'm not going to tell you anything like that. You can play with calibrated shells. I personally always start a tank with a Rammer, and then I try to figure out if it would make sense maybe to go for calibrated shells. But the baseline should be Rammer, and then you test out, do you need calibrated shells? If you play calibrated shells, then is it really a difference? Is it really, does it have a big impact? Are there a lot of shots where it does make sense to go for it, or is it just rather useless? And yeah, just it depends on the play style, depends on your level in the game, and also personal preference. Dude, I even aimed in so well. Did not pre-aim enough apparently. But most higher level players are probably playing with Rammer. Doesn't mean that you have to, because for higher level players it's easier to relocate and change the play style, change the position depending on the tank. But yeah, so for beginners and average players it's usually better to quickly go for calibrated shells, and like that you have a better chance of penetrating. Okay, RV just shot. Nice. For AP, Cali was buffed. Yeah, but still the impact is much lower than on heat. I think it's 5% extra for AP and 13 for heat. Not 100% sure about the values there. Okay. Yes. Babiu. Next one. I guess it will maybe be my last shot. Ah, no. Maybe on a Sheridan. On Sheridan I also run calibrated shells. It's not a DPM tank anyways, and depending on APCR is really bad as well, and heat. It's really... heat is actually great penetration already. But it's really nice if you have calibrated shells in Sheridan and it can just reliably penetrate almost everything, has such great pen then. Oh, Phil, can you get muted for 20 minutes? What? Okay. Sorry, I did not realize that it was actually capable of that. I was just saying that it was a warning. So I did not notice. Okay, Calestro has the figures. No, I also guessing AP 8%, but that might be true. 8% on AP, 13% on heat. And then 5% APCR probably. But usually the weak spots are the same. Doesn't matter if you go for calibrated shells or rammer. Hello? Okay, these enemies are great. No. The side I can HE quite easily. Unfortunately, did not get that. Storm the Nightbot just muted someone. For not even insulting anyone, but just... I think he was just talking about using a bad word. And used it for demonstration purposes only. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. I have an HE max roll loaded potentially. No, oh, it's still a nice IG. Not max roll. Reload. Good. Good. And then there is an FV who... Oh. Nice. Driving into me. FV went for the beach. Guys just never go for the beach here. Worst thing you could possibly do. Takes you 1 minute to get back up again. A few Saiyan. Just get concept on B from mystery certificate. From mystery bugs. Nice, congrats. Concept is a nice tank as well. Let me go for a round. Actually, I recently also switched to calibrated shells on this one because it's rather slow, so it cannot really get to the sides of enemies that easily. It does have a very strong turret, so I don't have to be afraid of peeking to the front of any heavy tank. And if I have calibrated shells, I can just penetrate everyone easily. Usually, or quite often, my thinking is if I have something with a lot of armor, then maybe calibrated shells would be worth considering. Simply because I can afford to be right in front of the enemies. If I have something without any armor, those tanks mostly have mobility. Then I would prefer to have better DPM, because I can then shoot into the sides of enemies and I can adjust my playstyle accordingly. That's how I started playing with Rammer in the first place. At the start I was also going for calibrated shells and everything. And then I figured, you know, T62A has a turret. There I can stick to calibrated shells. Object 140 does not have a turret. There I could just go for a rammer then and adjust my playstyle so that I don't peek to the front of enemies. I'd rather run around, get to the back of them, try to push in for some pushes or so. Oh, hello. Lucky me, I guess. I mean, I'm still taking one. Yeah, I don't like this. Let's just make sure I don't take any more hits from Frosh. I can still... Wait, I have one more. Oh, wait, can the Frosh shoot me there? So, can my teammates please take the hill? I did not think I would have to. But I guess I'm fine. Usually, of course, I would prefer to be hull down. And be on some hill, but in this case... Let's hopefully not get shot by Frosh. Ah. 270? Ah, bad shit. We're kind of stuck here. No. Oh no. Nah. Oh, okay. Nice. But I'm going to get pushed here. Yeah. Still I did my 4k damage. Baited enemies quite far. Nice. In the best case I would have actually gone up the hill. But I was just thinking, okay, if all my teammates are going to the left, I expect all my teammates to also try to kill the left side. But apparently they went to the right side, try to kill like what was supposed to be 3 heavies over there based on the lineup. Yeah, it was okay. Concept overpowered, or not overpowered, because it's still rather slow. And it's also just not having any hit points, 2.4k, that's not a lot. Also the hull armor is really weak. I mean, in this case, it somehow worked out that I could just side scrape there as well. But mostly you can only count on just going hull down. That works out reliably, everything else is a bit of a gamble then. Okay, no one. No enemy getting spotted despite them having 3 mediums actually. Interesting. Maybe you can still see someone on C. But let's find out whether there is anyone over here still. Oh my gosh. Not good. But I'm not going all the way behind them because they would be on flat terrain. I don't want to be there. I want to be hull down. So I'll go over here. Wait for them to move a little bit. But they're already pushing. Good. Not good. Let's focus fire, shooting low hit point tanks first, of course. Like everyone should do, apart from my teammates. Alright. Medium first, better than the heavies, because he can run away. Cause some trouble in the back. One, two, three. I don't know, man. Oh my gosh. They all dead. What? What about this one? Two versus 3. BZ is one shot. Sheridan cannot one shot me yet. No. I think I still have a time. Ah, sure. Oh my, no! I knew it. I knew it. Ah, man. Ah, if I had a shot into that damn BZ there, if that did not bounce. I don't know how many hit points the Sheridan had in the end, but I could have definitely done something against the FV. With 600 hit points, if I kept those, killing E6 there, the BZ, then I would have actually had a good time. And that would have actually been nice. A6 overpowered. It's strong, but not overpowered. I mean, there are always stronger and weaker tanks in any meta. And E6 is definitely not an easy tank to play for beginners, so I wouldn't say it's overpowered. And it can be very strong indeed, but yeah, I wouldn't say OP or something like that easily, just because it can do 4k average and 80% win rate, which most others cannot do. But there's always some stronger tank in any meta. And that's meant to be the case. Wargaming always wants us to have some tanks that are really strong, some tanks that are kind of weak, a lot of tanks in the middle that we can go for, whatever. And also, the strong tanks are not... Okay, that was poorly aimed. It's not like you would have some strong tanks that would be strong for everyone. Like the E6 is a great tank for experienced players. Others might really struggle with it. For others, something like an E100 might be the best tank ever, even though I don't feel like it is great. But it always depends on the player level. Okay, we should definitely try to kill the tanks in the middle first. I will keep the high ground. They are not that dangerous as if I needed to push in there. Sorry. Nah. Nah, okay, so at least one shot. Burned down, quite nice. Oh my gosh. Oh my. Yes. Suddenly all coming for me. Makes sense though. But the enemies are pretty poorly positioned already. They're all very far back. We have high ground, we can shoot down onto them. They cannot really run away without getting spotted either, so they cannot pick targets. They can only try to shoot whatever comes at them. If we don't do any mistakes, we automatically win, basically. Let's maybe pretend to look away. Does that work? No. Okay. You be gone at the next one. About to. So well, come on. He's doing a good job at hiding. Not. Oh my! I'm still on heat. Oh my. But yeah, that was overpeaking a little bit. Come on. Nice. Nice. Ay, sombrero. And Saichi Guard. Combat stabilization can balance it. Which one? A6? I don't think this combat stabilization really matters much on this tank. It's more about the DPM, mobility. One game. Wow. Nice platoon. What should I play, guys? Put in some requests. Mouse. Velk is saying mouse requires a team that actually knows what to do, otherwise the enemy will attack, and by the time your team attacks, you're dead, completely defeating the purpose of the mouse. Of course, you can draw the, you can point out the ideal situation for the mouse. but you have to be aware that it is not like you would have to ask for an ideal situation. You're not ever in position to do so. You have to adjust your own position in a way that you are getting into the ideal situation. That means watching what the teammates are doing. Mouse can play super aggressively, but only if it actually has an advantage. Okay. Enemies are all here. This is not good for us. 113 went in too aggressively. I did not even want to get that aggressive at the start, and I'm not able to help sufficiently here. Ah, man. Yeah, 113. Over 3v3. I mean, one heavy moved to the other side as well. I did not feel like doing this here. And the mediums are actually relocating back to the other side. Man. And I could already see that our mediums, or the enemy mediums, were going in on the other side. They're going back to the heavy side here, so I wanted to move back a little bit. But it's not over yet. I just need to make sure that I'm surviving for a long time. Bouncing off some shells. Well, my teammates are moving up. I think my teammates are focusing this one now. Let's ignore the full life type. Try to help with that one. Okay, I don't need to. Good. It didn't look that great, but actually my mediums did a good job of running from the other mediums over there on A. Coming back to the heavy side, pushing forwards. I just needed to make sure that I was not about to die. Good. One heavy over there holding. 7k game. No. Suddenly it was over quite quickly, actually. Didn't expect that. For a moment I thought the mediums were also going to YOLO into me. Was definitely a possibility for that to happen. Because they were already on the heavy side. And after they killed the 113, I thought we were just going to lose this side. Hey. Need Olivia on mouse. 20% more hit points. Even though all the mediums or everyone with Duncan is going to have 11... Wait, what is it? Like 10, 20% more DPM? I think something like 10.5 was the basis. But it can still get higher DPM by just doing more damage every third penetration. So in the end it will still be quite a DPM buff there. Yeah, not sure. I think that's too strong. And actually we were playing ratings, okay. That's why it was actually such good teamwork. I feel good evening. How it's been going? Quite chaotic with all the changes to Blitz and all the feedback that I had to deliver, all the feedback that I had to get from the audiences, which wasn't always that great to hear, if I'm honest. Mostly it just made me feel like I was rather going to turn off Discord and not look at the comments at all. But I still did. I still read everything. And with every piece of content that I put out, I think it's getting better. Actually, my game plan is to go to B, but I'm kind of failing to do so while angling. I don't want to show my sides to the enemies, of course. There might already be TD. But in the best case, for a mouse, I'm playing in side scrape, not hull down. And getting the enemies to be relatively close to me. Nah. Okay. Hope to avoid that. What do we have there? Or 358. Sure. Hopefully I get a kill. Yes. They still have 268. And of course the other RV. And I got V. Maybe it would be cool if I could actually put out a shot into the medium. Help my mediums win the medium flank. I don't know if the other mediums are also over there. They should have 2. No, it's only 1 left. Mediums and TDs first. The heavies cannot run away. And you know, some TD like that can really hurt. So in the best case, you shoot them down. Okay, I'm already moving towards 268 and can still shoot him. I would guess that the 268 is over there actually. Either here or to the left. Yes. Gotcha. And noise. And the last one as well, nice. Actually, good game. 5k or so. Heard they're gonna do OGs wrong big time. Shame on the devs' respect and see what the community wants, you know. But they aren't listening to y'all. They did listen a lot. They did and do listen a lot. I'm in contact with them. Like other testers as well. Darkman.
Holy moly.
Once more. Thank you.
Holy moly.
Let's quickly wait for the
Watermelon,
alerts.
1#1RL became a member.
Holy moly.
Mike Fierro became a member.
Holy moly.
Eric
Holy
Honda
moly.
became a member.
Holy moly.
Tanky MW became a member.
And yeah, those are all the alerts. Okay, thank you, Darkman. So yeah, Elfie, I think honestly, it's still a matter of balancing that is not final yet, and the balancing is at this point not great in my opinion. But that's a minor concern that I have, because that's still going to be figured out. But the addition of commanders in general, also the graphics updates, that's both of that I do feel like that's good for the game. I don't like if there are a lot of crew skills that are being removed, which are granting you stuff like fuel tank, of time of fire extinguishing reduced by 30% or so, or track repair speed, camouflage value. Some are having a big impact, and I don't know if Wargaming is really balancing them out on a basis level already. It would be kind of annoying if actually everything got to be worse. I mean, that's not really what I expect. Also, that's not what the testing client felt like. Okay, I cannot get aggressive here. Not if I'm in crossfire. Nice. The chief is moving up. Good. Can be hard down here, but chieftain, you also have to fight, otherwise I leave you. If he's not distracting the enemies, then I don't know what I'm doing here. Then we're just losing the left side, losing the middle as well. Good. Chieftain is... he should not go down there. Should keep the high ground. Oh man, whole team is dying. I've been fighting 3. Had 3 enemies to my front. And 2 allies with me. We were just not fighting at all. Like the chieftain taking the base right now. Chances. Chieftain is now putting in the very first damage only. Maybe fire? I mean, it would be so nice if the chieftain actually helped with this one. No, I'm dead. No. Yeah, chief. Congrats for taking the base. Storm asking, hypothetically, if one tank would be removed from the game and other stays, what would you choose between E3 and E4? Oh, I would remove the E4. Actually, I don't play both. Maybe actually E4 is more fun. E3 is probably better for most players. Still did 2.6k damage and probably feels good about it, but he was completely losing the game. This guy YOLOing in behind the enemy also wasn't great. I mean, they all played bad, honestly. We had 3v3 on the right side, and we lost that.
Holy moly!
Banjo underscore underscore
Banjo.
man underscore 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 super chatted €9.69. Love your
Thank you.
content.
Banjo, put in a tank request, please. How can I get that camo? The mouse camo? It was part of a collaboration with Dune, and it's never going to be sold again unless there is a new contract with Dune. That's actually not going to happen anymore. I mean, unlikely. So if you don't have it, unfortunately, you won't be able to get it either. I feel saying, okay, but the community seems really upset. Yeah, but most of the criticism that I get there is about the looks of the commanders. Even that can still be changed. Not going to say that it is going to change, but it's possible. And everything can still change at this point. We should rather just focus on the idea behind it, on the idea of the commanders, and giving some improvements to the gameplay, or some different kind of. I was always confusing it, comparing it to the special consumables that some tanks have, but rather than tank-specific or class-specific special skills. Let's say it like that. And if that is going to be balanced, I think that is a good addition to the game, honestly. That's how I see it. Otherwise, graphics improvements and making stuff easier for beginners. Graphics improvements are great, making stuff easier for beginners. Why should I care about that? Commanders in the garage, I absolutely don't care, honestly. It could be realistic, could be unrealistic, they could be wearing whatever, I don't care. It could be dinosaur. I've already seen so many memes, people just editing in some whatever. They edit it in weird anime characters or so. Someone was saying they're just memeing it, they're just memeing the idea, but that the effort that people put in told me that actually people like the idea. Also among us testers, we didn't have any issue with that. There are some people who are really offended by some woman with colorful hair. That I cannot understand, but it's unfortunately quite common nowadays. If people want realism in this game, yeah, I can understand the point why they are criticizing the commanders. But again, it's first of all, the game isn't realistic and it's just overrated to have it that realistic. But yeah, concerning feedback of the community, yeah, mostly it was just about commander visuals. And that is not anything that would make me think that it is going to break the game. If people are that offended by the visuals only, and those are only visible in the garage, otherwise absolutely not there, then I don't think any one of them is going to quit. If it's only about character in the garage, which is the standard in Call of Duty Mobile, which is the standard in Apex Legends, PUBG Mobile, whatever you name it, they all have weird characters. And most people do not only play Blitz like I actually do, but most people do play other games as well. But in Blitz, they cannot accept a character, then I don't understand that. It's so common for other games to have weird skins and camos, basically. And still in Blitz, or at least some people think that's a problem. I don't think they are the majority of players. I think... Oh, that actually hits, okay. Now, let's reload the second one. Good. So I dealt at least 2 shots worth of damage. Yeah, I think the first one did not penetrate. But let's try to support my VZ here, who is a bit in trouble. Preferably I was shooting the Leon. Otherwise E4. Mediums first, DPM tanks. Then, and I need to get out of trouble here. Super heavy should be the last one. But he is completely alone, so maybe that wouldn't make sense to actually go for him. Okay, E3, do you have him? No. Nice. Good. Dead Mouse Commander. Yeah, people were also... Some people were talking about different kinds of commanders, like even content creator commanders, also different skins. All that kind of stuff that would definitely all be possible then in the future with that. Also for the collaborations, of course, there might be something like a Dead Mouse Commander then. But imagine how cool it would be if you could actually get in some celebrity like Schwarzenegger or so. He already had a collaboration with Blitz. Oh my. Or some CC, like some YouTuber, like you definitely all want doodles. Whenever you shoot someone, he's going to say, "We touched them hard." Okay, let's not go down that lane. Ben just saying, the girl with the green hair will make my dead North tank look less realistic. I think so as well. Pythagoras, how do they handle it when they go clubbing? What? Yeah. People who don't want any unrealistic commanders, of course. Yeah, if they are offended by colorful women or colorful hair of women, then I don't know. They must not go out much. I don't go out much either, honestly. But I've seen some people, not all of them look the same. Someone said that a woman with blue hair was looking like a lesbian. Well, my ex-girlfriend at some point also had blue hair. What if she's a lesbian because of that? What am I then? 9 Commander, when you miss a shot, it will say, nope. To be honest, it probably takes a lot of effort to create a commander or even commander skin. So I don't know how they're going to proceed with that. If there are ever going to be collaborations, probably not with smaller creators like me, so you'll have to grow a lot by then. Let's get to 100k. If Wargaming keeps the commanders this unbalanced, I'm going to become an Angry Birds content creator for real. They are not going to keep them unbalanced. Is our meta totally unbalanced? Even if sometimes we had an unbalanced meta, it did never take them that long to correct big mistakes. Like Sheridan Missile on release was overpowered. Some other tanks have been blatantly overpowered. People didn't quit the game. Okay, with Sheridan Missile it was a bit of a difference there. But Wargaming eventually just scaled back. They rebalanced first of all, and in some cases completely removed the changes. Maybe I can shoot this guy. He's in a very weird spot there. I wanted to move out a bit. Dude, what the fuck? I can shoot him again. What the hell is he doing? But I'm also getting to be under pressure. And he shot already. That was actually a big mistake. But I still need to run away. Look at this. My teammates are mostly to the other side. And enemies might all be coming for me. Oh, nice crossfire there. Actually, I could be fine. Look at this. My teammates are getting spotted and it looks like I see some movement by the enemies. But I don't know what is happening. I'm kind of close to them. They might just push out into any direction. But let's go kill the E3.
Holy moly!
Tim from Chombrero.
Nice. Chombrero. Thank you. Now let's reload the second one and shoot the rear for the fuel tank. I love fuel tanks. No. And do I have an option for any HEs? Oh, let's reload another one. No. Oh, I can. Anyways. Okay. The fuck is a Ko-Fi bot? Ko-Fi is the donation page that I'm using. You were actually asking about it earlier. If you're clicking my either the bot link or both of the bots post time links, my donation page there, which yeah, does have donor options, subscription options as well. Because YouTube takes a big amount. they take 30% fees. In both of these games here, by the way, I had 3 enemies doing nothing. GG. What was I going to play? 268. Hey Martin, and also you're next. Stream elements becoming next CC, yeah. Yeah, Velkin, maybe you're already a bit afraid of the bots at this point. You did not get along with them too well. Okay, team going down, so I will do the same. We should try to play the city aggressively though, because we have more heavies than the enemies. Oh, that's not good. Oh, nice. I might take another one though. Ah, not good. But it's still 823 on the very first shot. Nice high roll. Oof. Nope. Nope. Not good. Both teams lost to 268. Yeah. I think that wasn't great. I tried to actually...
5 from Darkman_SMX.
Darkman, thank you. I guess I will have to repeat the 268. I wanted to make sure I was not staying too far to the left side because the enemy mediums were going to flank around. So I wanted to move further to the right. But apparently that was not far enough. I could have just played a bit safer there as well. And not peeked into the autoloaders again. Object 752, hi. Unreal Engine. It will run on any potato unless you have sand-powered phone. Yeah, it is supposed to run on everything. We will see how it works out on the test. But even iPhone 7 supposedly will be running Unreal Engine. At least that's the goal. So I think that, yeah, you will all be fine. Who even has an iPhone 7 or anything comparable to that. No. Go away. E6. Man, I hate these people. He was 3 seconds to being reloaded. And he already peeks out right in front of me. He doesn't need 3 seconds to aim in. Okay, I cannot keep fighting here. Rhinoceronte will perma spot me or proxy spot me, so I will try to... Oh, I should have maybe gone for the medium side in the first place. Maybe I can go... Fidrino? That's something I can do here. Problem is that at some point the mediums are going to be done with the medium side. They will win that. Oh my gosh, yes. Now I just need to find... Oh, nice. Good. Alright. And actually we're winning the medium side. We had a tank disadvantage on the mid flank. And still they're doing this. Crazy pros. If we lost the medium flank, I would have been in the middle and enemy mediums would have pushed onto me there. That would not have been good. Good, great. I always mix these words up when I'm tired somehow. Good. Nice. Don't sell me to the cartel. Butter's back. Tagman. I won. That's of course how to play 268. It was a win. Look at this. 1.5k damage even in 2 shots. Look at this. I was almost carrying. Just 4 other people doing more than me. 5th place. That's... I mean... That's good. I get a medal for that usually. Okay, 268 now on a better game on Castilla. Yes, Castilla. I think that's going to work out. Actually, just thinking about it, I might also come to an end. I'm coming to my standard time of 3 hours. Oh, go back a little bit. Yes. That's going to allow the Caro to kill him. Nice. Although he's a one-shot now. Maybe is the VZ moving up? No, it's moving into A. Where is he going to cap? Nope. Problem is, now VZ will be outspotting me. Maybe I can help a little bit over here. But at some point I will get spotted from the right side and I'm not looking forward to that. But if I stand up here, hoping that the VZ is not just pushing into our spawn immediately, I might have a shot into the corner and also help then pushing forwards. I think there was someone over there, yes. Bounce. Keep standing there. Yeah, looks like the VZ is just around there now. I'm just going to try to farm our teammates on the other side. Enemy's so passive, I cannot do anything. Come on. I mean, I could push forwards as well, but I felt like I was having a better chance of putting out shots if I stayed here with such great overview. Maybe XM is going to push the Rhino? Come on. And I cannot penetrate over there. And I cannot even hit. Okay, let's try one more shot maybe. Come on. Nah, it's just not going to peak. Crazy game. Who's Paul? Me. Nice. I'm Paul. Or Nino. Not N90. Please no, please no. I even went back from... I had a capital letter on N90, like on my in-game name. But people kept saying N90 for whatever reason, so I had to switch it to N... Well, to small letters. Darkman's 268 does better RNG. I imagine so. Everyone's made a bot mute a user to call Vulcan. I didn't do that. Well, I did set up the list actually. I was just seeing that. I had a couple of bad words and also crypto in there because people who write that in the chat are usually bots to try to advertise some stuff. But actually, since I have subscriber mode only in the chat, or only subscribers can write in the chat, since then I'm not struggling with the bots coming in anymore. This kind of RNG, Darkman? Is that fine? But teammates are struggling. Teammates are bad. That's the thing. Mino behind. Oh no, it's actually going for me. Ah man, I was even seeing a move. And I'm dead. How is it possible that the enemies are that aggressive when we have so many time? I get that down here. It's so important to have high ground. Look at the enemies. Enemies had the high ground, were firing to any direction that they wanted to go for. My teammates were down, they got ignored, they didn't do anything. They could not even do anything if they wanted to, because they had to move up the hill, and at that point, enemies could have just pushed me. I just want a satisfying last game. What else can I go for? Let's take this one maybe. Hey, Widdy. Widdy or Widdy? Widdy, Widdy. Jumped in to see me smile. I'm feeling okay, yes. I went through all the uncomfortable stuff already earlier. Although, yeah, it was okay. I was talking about all the changes, everything that's public yet. Go for Yak. Nah, I want something that has mobility. Otherwise, I'm just going to suffer. Let's go for 97. Chinese mission on 0 wins. Actually, I was playing Chinese tanks today. Was I not winning anything of those? I think I had some really bad luck with some teams earlier. Oh yeah, I'm just at not even 70% now. And I've only played 23 games. Yes, Reset Light, 3 games, 0%. Okay. 3.3k average is fine. Not outstanding, but hey. I think I can get more aggressive here. Because enemies are not taking the heavy cap. So I'm assuming, oh my. I'm assuming that they are all to the center. Also, I'm having backup from the side. Like if I get pushed onto, I hopefully have those teammates helping. Just that I'm not having any shots here, what the hell? I won't have gun depression here. No! Not even one so far. We are almost 1.5 minutes in. Let's try over there. Hey! And failing again. Good. Others not coming for me. Also nice to see. Nice. Okay. I cannot push further in there because they all very passive. Well, actually, he's still in front of the bunker. I thought he was covering behind. Let's maybe help my teammates out on the other side, because there I can actually do something. Can I? I'm not going to take the base, actually. I don't just want to win on points. Am I going to regret that? Come on, nice Hyro. Let's just go in and take him out. Alright. Yeah, the game is already a lot better. And also more interesting. Let's help my teammate. Oh my. No, that's not good now. If I had only taken that base. Noise. That's not good. Can I maybe kill him? Please high low roll. Oh my, no! Oh, that shot from 60 TP. Without that, I would have still had a chance against the Sheridan. And I could have won. I mean, then I would have won on points, definitely, because I could just run away. I guess I need another last game. Paul wants to save the priest from earthquake, and Paul wants to raise two little cats on the verge of death. I think the Nightbot won't harm you anymore. You were kind enough. Okay. Got some information. Hello? Alright. I would have actually preferred to shoot the gorilla. But anyways. As he just kept the base. Pretty sure that, yeah. That guy is not standing in the cap anymore after capping. I hit that one. Alright. Good. Now let's shoot him once, maybe. Just to keep him spotted. Also, oh, armor rack. Gotta take out the mobility. Gotta take out the mediums if possible. Nice. Maybe I can help with a push. Fuel tank over there? No, okay. Also, the enemy 100 is completely out of the fight. That's actually good for us. Maybe we can move in over here. Yes. Good. Well, we should have him if he was pushing, but he's not, so. Yeah. Nice. Stein, nej. Does 9 or 7 not have tungsten? No, that was T22. That one has tungsten rounds. This one only reticle calibration. Also fine. I actually prefer reticle calibration in terms of fun because it, I don't know, it just makes it more reliable. Tungsten rounds, of course, are also great, but a bit harder to use effectively, I think, because then you also need to hit the enemies, and with the reticle calibration, well, you're not that much under pressure. No, 907 never had tungsten rounds. It always had reticle calibration only. Or at the start it didn't have it at all. Later on they added reticle calibration and also the improved gunpowder. KPZ50T has tungsten rounds. VZ medium, T22 nowadays. Any other mediums? I don't think so, no. Nope. Ah, yeah, the Lion also has tungsten, but they are pretty useless. Yeah, I missed the height. 30B or 907. 30B never had any special consumables so far, only now it got reticle calibration, but it already has an accurate gun, so it's not that helpful there. Just reading Velkin's messages still. CS also has tungsten, yes. Guys, I will end here. Been a nice session, been a good time, and hopefully if you were here for longer, then you definitely did learn one or the other thing about the update again. If you have not seen the start, I spent the first hour, bit more than that, actually on just talking about Unreal Engine, about the Reforged update. So if you still feel like you're not really up to date with that, I answered all the questions earlier, then you can still rewatch. Have a good evening still. Have a good one. Nice day. Goodbye. See you soon. Oh yeah. Actually, just to mention it again, I will be back tomorrow. Tomorrow, and there will be the Wargaming stream in regards to Unreal Engine, where a lot more information is going to become public. So I'm going to I'm not having any limitations concerning what I cannot talk about. So tomorrow I can really give you all the insights then. So if you miss that tomorrow, then there will be a Wargaming stream and I'm going to comment on that. I will just do a reaction stream basically, where I'm going to pause and answer any potential questions here. You know, on Wargaming streams, on the official streams, you're just going to not have any chance of getting any questions answered because they are having way too many people watching. Here you will get to see some more insights then, and the same stuff as they have as well. So that is for tomorrow. See you there hopefully. And now, goodbye.